Help! 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 This is an all-out call to our society. I'm asking for help. I work with a nonprofit organization called the African American Association of Georgia, where we work with youth dealing with education, mentoring, tutoring. Our website is www.theaag.org. My plight is to make things better for our youth and not allow all the distractions that have come about to destroy our kids. I need help from the parents. I need help from the government. I need help from the pastors. I need help from everyone. The way we help with one another is we come together. There's such a divide in our own culture. It's just very interesting to me as to how the divide has come about with our culture. You know, we have some people that work hard and work diligently to love everybody. We have some people that are self motivated, I guess if that's the right word to use, meaning that they don't care about anybody else but themselves. But we look at all the people that have come before us to make things better for us. What are we to do as a people, as a group, to make life better for our youth? Do we destroy what has been created for us to do what we do in society? Or do we add on and make it better for our youth? The reason I'm posing this question today is that I'm just myth and alarmed about so many things that are happening in our culture, from the gangs, from the violence, from the senseless murders, from being promiscuous, from using drugs and selling drugs, and just really not caring who we're hurting. I think that needs to change, and it needs to change immediately. And what I'm willing to do as the executive director of the organization is to start, of course, in the home with the parents, with the kids interacting with the parents, because a lot of the kids that I work with, there's not a whole lot of interaction with the parents, especially on the father side. I think one of the things that may destroy our community is the lack of communication. If we communicate with one another more, I think we're more likely to create what we call a vaccine for what's going on in our culture when it comes to communication. We are not as expressive as we should be, and I've kind of learned that over the years in dealing with the kids. Most of the kids that I deal with, they don't know how to communicate. They refuse to communicate. They have this wall that's up. But I will say, in my working and mentoring with the kids that I mentor, a lot of the complication comes because of the lack of interaction with their father and knowing who their father is. So I believe it's true, you know, what I've heard in the church, that a father is very powerful. He controls so many different aspects of a child's life. And when the father is missing, it just creates a downward spiral for a lot of kids. Some kids it may not happen to, but the majority it does, from what I've seen and what I've experienced. And I know I haven't experienced everything in our entire world, but I think that I've experienced enough, and that I've had to deal with enough as a child myself with the interaction and the communication with my father, that I felt unloved. And a lot of these kids that I deal with, they feel unloved by their father because their father is not there. And it's almost like a destruction has immediately been set up, like the enemy is coming to destroy that child the best way that he can. And I think that there needs to be some connectivity there. Even if the child is meeting the father or seeing the father or just communicating with the father, so they can have a sense of belonging, a sense of identity. The majority of the children, they don't have a sense of identity, and they tend to get involved with things or do things because of connectivity. From, again, with the drugs, the alcohol, and anything that they get involved in peer pressure. If they do things that are out of context, it's like, at least someone cares about me, or at least someone is saying, hey, if you do this, we'll do this. It's just it's almost like it's a wandering spirit that's going around and just kind of latching itself to whatever that makes it feel good for the moment. And we tend to go into things and get involved in things because it feels good for the moment. And after the feeling has left, we're kind of done with the situation, but we don't know how to find our way out. So it causes us to do things that we typically don't do. And this is one of the reasons that I've written a book called Knowing Your Identity. Just pretty much talking about, the childhood problems that I've gone through watching my mother get abused, being molested as a child. There's just been so many things that I've gone through that a lot of people will be able to identify with. Because of me even not having a relationship with my father, it caused certain downward spiral effects to happen in my life that were unhealthy for me. And it took a long time for me to mature to get to the point to say that, hey, I'm my own person. I can make a decision and just gravitate towards the positiveness for life. But a lot of kids are not afforded that opportunity, because now as I go through the schools and look at the kids in school and how they're not caring about education, how they're not performing in the classroom, how we have our classroom so oversized that the teacher doesn't have interaction with each child individually. It's just many components that creates a destruction for our children. And I work with a lot of children even through track and field, when coaching track and field, that it gives them a sense of belonging. And most of my kids that I work with is primarily, it's mental. It's like we create a mental relationship. I establish a rapport with them from a mental perspective, because I believe that the child's abilities are already there. It's their mindset that causes them to do the things that they cannot do or shouldn't be doing, in that aspect that it may cause more harm than it is good. Most of the children say, that no one likes me, no one loves me. Uh, Coach, why doesn't my daddy spend time with me? Why won't he talk to me? And a lot of times I have to work with mothers to encourage them to allow the children to meet their father. Regardless of the relationship that the mother and the father has, a mother should not take away the child away from their father and not allow them to interact. Only if it's a situation that puts them in danger, then I would agree with that. But if it's just a situation between the mother and the father where they've gotten angry with each other and the mother has just left because of them not getting along, then I don't think that a mother should destroy the relationship of a child and a father, because it creates animosity not only towards the mother but towards the father down the road. Because a lot of times mothers may do things based on emotion, and they may say negative things about the father, which would cause the child to not like the father, because, hey, this is my mother you've done this to. But we all know that everybody lies every now and then. We all do. And we need to tell the truth in situations where it affects someone's lives, or just tell the truth all the time. We know we have white lies, we have big lies, we have little lies. Everybody's got a title for the different type of lie that they told and why they told the lie that they told. But the ultimate thing is about connectivity, about communication, about love. Those are the components that we keep missing. It's the love component, and I think it just destroys so many families because the love is not there, even including